Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Ahoy there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. And I thought I would do a little Criterion month-themed series of videos, as opposed to just showing off things I've bought in the past, / am buying now, which I did recently. My little Criterion Barnes & Noble haul I had. Go take a look if you haven't. Good stuff. I thought I would do a little like top 3 in different genres or categories of my personal favorites of the Criterions that I own. So this is not me saying these are the 3 best Criterion Collection movies in this specific genre overall. There's like 1,200 of them, and I don't own nearly enough to have that sort of opinion. So I'm just showing you the 3 favorite I happen to have in various genres. So here we go. This first video, I thought I would do everyone's favorite genre, at least it seems like for the most part, in our little BlueTube community, and that would be horror movies. So I picked 3 of my favorite horror movies that I personally own. So the first one I'm going to show is number 909 in the Criterion Collection. It is available on Blu-ray and 4K. I have the old Blu-ray, it's like 2 years old. And that would be George A. Romero's classic Night of the Living Dead. Not only is this movie, like I said, a classic, it is a great horror movie. I like it quite a bit. It is honestly my least favorite of the original 3 Romero Night of the Living Dead trilogy. Why can't I think of the name of it? Series of movies. Land of the Dead is pretty good too. Give that one a shot if you haven't. But the original 3, I think, are an extremely solid horror trilogy. One of the best. So this is from 1968. It's a swift 96 minutes long, as you can probably tell. It is in black and white if you didn't already know that. This is the Blu-ray version of it. This artwork is amazing. It's like honestly worth buying just for the artwork. The 4K comes in the clamshell, but the plastic, clear plastic case. This is still a 4K restoration. So if you're on the fence about whether you want to get it and you just want to save $5 or whatever it is, go for the Blu-ray, especially if you like digipack packaging, which I do, although they can get slightly damaged in the mail, as we all know. Mine came like this, but I bought this at a very random time. It was like the one Criterion I didn't buy during the sale. I got it for like $14 off of Amazon randomly one day, so that was cool. But the artwork on the inside is stellar. Like, it is one of the best things I've seen. The release alone is great. Let alone there's the 2 discs there. So Blu-ray and DVD, I believe. And then there's this gorgeous poster that comes with it as well. I assume this is in the 4K. Let me know in the comments if it is not. But very cool artwork. And then it's like, the pamphlet they all have that give you information on the movie on the other side. Very, very good release. The picture quality in this Blu-ray is outstanding. Like I said, it is a 4K restoration. Out of every 4K thing I've seen that is black and white, this is probably still my favorite as far as quality, because Criterion, as we know, does no wrong. So it may be an obvious pick, but it's a solid release. And I like the movie a lot. It's not my favorite, like I said, but it is a great classic horror movie. Number 2 is number 712 in the collection. And it is a David Cronenberg film, of which there are a handful in the Criterion Collection. And that would be Scanners. This is sort of a sci-fi horror. It's probably more sci-fi than it is horror. But I thought I would include it in this bunch because all of his movies I have, that I've at least seen in the Criterion Collection, that could be considered horror, are also sci-fi horrors. Like Videodrome, for example, is one I considered grabbing. But I thought Scanners was a little more classic. This is actually the cool 3-disc set that they don't make anymore. So it's got the Blu-ray special features and the DVD. I think the new one does not include the DVD. Once again, the artwork, outstanding. So you got Michael Ironside's creepy face over here. And I can't remember the other lead actor's name in the movie, but, you know, look him up. You have the internet. Clearly you're watching this. Right there, not the most attractive photo. The booklet shows it's multiple layers of the same artwork in theory. So this is like his nervous system with his brain there. So it's the two guys. And then you get their two faces there. And then when you put it back in its case, the cover is all of those images meshing together. So it's a very cool series of artwork. This is, I'm amazed this doesn't have a 4K yet from Criterion. So this is only a 2K scan. It still looks great. It's been a while since I watched it, I'll be honest with you. But this is another pretty short movie. It's 103 minutes from 1981. Like I said, David Cronenberg. A lot of good special features as always. Like there's the list. Zoom in and read them. I will not read them for you. That's not my job. You know it's a good set of special features if it's on a Criterion. But like I said, this is the thick boy case, as I call it. They still sell this in Blu-ray only, I believe. So the case is thinner, but it still includes all the same features and artwork. But Scanners, damn good sci-fi horror movie. And this one is one of my kids' favorites, oddly enough, to say. My child has a favorite film in the Criterion collection. He's 5 years old. And that would be number 91. So going back a ways in the collection here. 1958, 82 minutes of concentrated motion picture terror in blood-curdling color. And that is The Blob with Steve McQueen. Like I said, not scary by today's standards, I would say. But this movie is great. It's just short, it's fun, the effects are awesome for its time, it's super colorful, the colors pop like crazy, it's a 4K transfer again. One I expect to get a 4K release if it already hasn't been announced and I'm forgetting about it, but I don't think so. One I've actually watched several times in the last couple of years just because my kid likes it so much. And it's a fun one to watch, it's nice and short. I prefer the remake from 1988, like a tad, just because I love the special effects in the remake. But overall, it's essentially the same basic movie, except for the female character gets to be the kick-ass one in the remake. This one, not so much. It's just Steve McQueen being 28-year-old playing a teenager Steve McQueen. But once again, great booklet artwork. We all know that. It's Criterion. So this is one I highly recommend. I would say maybe give it a minute and it might end up getting a 4K announcement. I'm surprised it hasn't already. But this one looks outstanding. The colors pop like crazy, especially the bright red goopy blob. So those are the 3 favorite horror movies in my Criterion collection that I have watched. I have a few I haven't watched, including The Brood by David Cronenberg, which is definitely more of a straightforward horror movie than Scanners is. But since I have not seen the entire film, I did not include it. So, my 3 favorite horror Criterions. On that note, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Check out my TeePublic store. And I'll see you next time.
Fuck, shop, pop, movies.